Nerd Herd Streaming. We're providing a new game for you today. It's called Creeper World 4. We're hoping this will be popular and it will be a brand new series on our channel. Creeper World 4 is a really fun strategy game, and Alex will be your player and host, and he's going to tell us all about the game and get started with a mission.
Okay, well, I am going to mostly explain most of the elements of the game in gameplay. I've already done these first 4 missions, which are all tutorials that show how each different aspect of the game works, so we're not really going to go through those, which is why I skipped them. And we're going to the first mission where we actually do not have much of a tutorial. Ruins repurposed. Eons of fighting must have taken place here. Let's play. Okay, assessment, ADA status, kernel, panic, fatal exception. Mother is away, she will return when time requires. Praise be the founders. Anti-creeper technology identified. Mission priority, acquire all other priorities suspended. Okay. So let me explain this stuff. This blue stuff is places where we could place down miners. Okay? There is a very accurate fluid engine to this to allow the creeper to move semi like how you would expect it to. Meaning, and these are emitters, which produce... This one produces 300 creeper every 10 seconds. This one's 25 every 50, 300 to 25. These are Liftic totems. You need to activate them to clear out the mission. These things require Liftic.
What is lifting?
I was just saying that. This is Liftic. It's just a material that you get.
That you mine?
Yes, and that's an info cache. Okay, so pretty quickly, I am going to set rematerialization coordinates right there. Now, time is still paused right now, so as you place down these towers, you get energy. All these little green zones are places that represent where you can get energy from. So you want to fill up as much area as you can with these things because they get you. The energy is not a lot per tower, but it does add up to quite a bit. And you'll see what this thing in the middle does in a second when I unpause the game. That is what it does. Now I do have a massive energy deficit because of all the energy that I need to use to build this stuff. So we're gonna let that build. Hold on, I have the... There we go. Sound's back on. I have the sound turned off. Okay, so we're gonna wait for all the towers to build up, and as you can see, this purple stuff, the blue, is this purple or blue? I say it's purple.
Purple.
This is the creeper. And as you can see, it's killing everything. That's basically the creeper's only objective. Kill everything. Okay. Next up, I'm going to make miners. Now because this is oddly shaped, not going to be able to fit as many of these as we can. Can fit a few here, actually.
And do they move around or are they stationary?
They are stationary structures, yes. Okay, change the miner's mode to craft blue-white ore rather than energy. There are several different materials in the game that get turned into others. The most basic one is energy, which you can see in the top left, along with our production. Next you have bluite, which can be turned into arg, which is used to power these things. It's also used to make anti-creeper. Then you have redon, and then you have liftic, which is made by greenon. Not 100% sure what it's called when you turn redon into something. Or no, you turn bluite into anti-creeper and redon into arg.
Now, will that shield keep the creeper out forever?
Yes, as long as it has power, it will keep it out forever. Okay, I'm going to build a pylon there. And these are the weapons. Right now I have the most basics: cannon, mortar, nullifier. I'm going to build up myself 2 cannons. And as you can see, those take time to build.
Can they shoot through the shield?
Yes, they can shoot through the shield. It's only fluids that can't travel through the shield, so creeper and anti-creeper. And as you can see, they do quite good job at holding it back. And then actually, if I can destroy you and just move you down to the bottom, maybe I can get enough space for a mortar. There we go. Those take 40 energy to make. Everything requires resources to be made and ammunition. Well, most things require ammunition. Miners don't require ammunition. Nothing. It's really just anything in the weapon area and below. So structures, aside from a few exceptions, don't require materials or constant resupply of ammunition, but stuff like weapons do. And as you can see, this mortar is Kobeing what looks like little napalm grenades at the creeper. And those are very effective. So basically what I do is I keep cannons in front of my mortars just to hold them back, and I just use the mortars to just do tons of damage. That'll also give me just that little bit of power. Okay. Oh, right, I have to make the factory. The factory is how you turn resources into other stuff. And as you can see, the creeper will be pulled away from the shield now. But the creeper will still move. Now I will skip a lot of the basic, non-important dialogue. That's mostly just little tips that I can explain in much fewer words. So as you can see, the creeper is now retreating, and I have this emitter backed in pretty far, so I'm really quickly going to tower up this entire area. Just get a ton of energy. Yeah, I'm not the best at placing these things productively in the best spots, but I feel like it doesn't really need to be in the perfect positions. I'm okay with losing 5 energy to get 2 extra production. Okay, now that that's done, I'm making 18 plus energy right now. Okay, let's get these guys in here. You can move towers like this. So you can move weapons and some other basic things you can move. But then there are some things that you can't move, like the factory, your rift lab. Wait, can you? Oh. I guess you can move the rift mob. That's weird, because in most missions you can't. I guess you can in this one. I didn't know that. Normally you can't. Get the item. And right there. Tower, 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 tower. And here's where the big guns come in. Mortar, mortar, mortar. Oh man, I can't place my other corner. I guess that's not really an important place for a mortar. Probably more on this side. I'll just keep one here because there's this big lake here. And as you can see, this is now getting ARG, or Anti-Creeper. I keep calling it ARG, but really it's Anti-Creeper. Auto-Creeper, Anti-Creeper automations detected. Seize initiative and advance on enemies' positions. Mission priority, nullification, all other priorities suspended. Speaking of nullification, let's build a nullifier right there. Also, this stuff is building very slowly, which means I'm going to want more pylons around. Here, that's what these things do. They go out once their health drains low, and right about now, boom, massive wave of anti-creeper. And look how much these mortars are wrecking house. And you're almost fully done. And there. So this emitter is now no longer producing any creeper. It would be kind of cool if you could, like, get, instead of a nullifier, you could get a converter and then put it on emitters to emit anti-creeper. Though I feel that would make it not too easy. Still, that'd be a really fun thing to mess around with. See, this one mortar has cleared out this entire side by itself with relative ease. Next up, I gotta get that one done. And also, I just love watching this. Boom! My next priority is probably building up to this one. Yeah, there's already a stepping stone here. Tower. 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 Let's get those built up. Stuff travels faster on pylons than they do on tower lines, which is why I'm building pylons in these areas to get stuff built faster. Now that that's producing anti-creeper totems, I think that's what those things are called. I'm not actually sure. We're gonna get 4 mortars on each corner. On each corner. But yeah, this map is actually really big once you actually zoom out. It doesn't look that big when you're zoomed all the way out, but once you actually come into Prospect, like here is when you really get a chance to see how big this is. Considering you look at this stuff, and this looks like a massive area. But then you have like 50 of them stacked up next to each other. And a good thing about this game for gamers looking for find a nice, fun, addictive game to just sit and waste time on, this game is perfect for just sitting around and playing for hours on end. I literally got this like last night. yesterday. I got it yesterday, and I had a 7-hour straight just playing it. Played it for 7 hours straight. And it didn't even feel like 7 hours. It felt more like an hour. This game is very fun. I might have a slight addiction. But as you can see, these mortars are not doing much. So I'm gonna actually increase the amount of mortars I got. There. Still hearing the cannons going. Let's get some cannons actually out on this area to actually fight the creeper away from our shield. It really takes a lot of creeper to overpower these cannons. And they only cost like 25 energy to make. So they're very cheap. So really, I'm gonna do a quick demonstration. What I normally do if I need to buy time, usually right before I charge, I build up a large group of turrets, cannons. I know they're cannons, but I'm just gonna call them turrets because they look more like turrets than cannons. I build up a large group of cannons and then send them into kamikaze and hold the creeper back while I move them up, while I move up my guys. I'm actually going to need some cannons to move up here because I'm actually planning on making a push in a second, so I'm going to get 3 of those. I'm going to push down to here, so I want to get some turrets down here. So I'm going to place some turrets on this emitter. Probably not going to survive, but that's okay. It's only 25 energy. Very, very quick, considering I make 21 per second. And our anti-creeper also helps hold it back a bit. You can't really control those. And then they just go in a circle. Make the creeper have to backtrack a bit. See, and that held the creeper, and that slowed it down a little bit. Now I can do that. That just needs to be built before they run out of ammo. Which they do also have support of the mortars, so I'm actually going to give these guys more in to protect that pylon. That's really my lifeline right now. That pylon goes down, this entire section gets destroyed. I lose this entire section, so I'm just protecting it right now while I think of how I should move forward. Definitely making towers. These are cheap, so I can just place them down wherever. That's also a backup location right there in case that tower does go down from something. It's also just a second way for my units to get reinforced. I'm only going to move 2 at a time so I can have one cannon there to shoot it, clear the landing zone as best as it can. And I'm going to take you. I'm just going to put you right there. I'm going to put you guys in between the cannons. I'll keep these 2 here. These 3 here, sorry. Actually, I have you here. You're not doing anything important, so... Same thing with these guys. I'm probably going to build one more tower out this direction. I'm going to move these guys out. This guy will also be able to shoot down at the creeper. Same thing with that guy. You also gotta love how useful these things are. I mean, they're not really accurate. You can't control where they go. Can you? No, you can't. But if you could... Oh, I need more blue lights. That's why it's taking forever for those things to come out. Set all of you to blue lights. And I'll have to make some more mines over here for energy. There we go. That's quite a bit of mines for energy. And those are all going to be blue eggs, so I'm going to get a ton of anti-creeper. I should probably get a pylon just to make that stuff move from the mines slightly quicker. I'm also using a deficit, which is not good considering that... Oh yes, perfect timing. Kind of wish these guys focused more on the emitters. And that's getting pushed back pretty quickly. These guys do get a chance to resupply on ammo though. And we're back up to a decent store of energy, along with a lot of anti-creeper. Actually, yeah. Yeah, anti-creeper, ARG, and Liftic. Blue light is Liftic, red on is ARG, and green R is Liftic. I like this alternating thing right here. Wow, that is... Yeah, these things are starting to come out much quicker now. I might actually get a few more miners in here. Since I can. That's a pretty decent dent in my stores. Every time I hear those things blow up, though, it makes me fear that one of my things have blown up. But once those things are done, yeah, I'm getting a ton of energy. And I'll probably turn... Should I turn these guys to... Would I be able to run with these guys set to blue light? Yeah. Pretty easily. Look, this entire land is just covered in anti-creeper. I need to refill my line of towers. It's slowly getting closer. And I like how the trees are growing back behind my line. Protect the trees! It just goes to show you how you can have a lot of massive armies, but small little bits can be very easily won over with small little groups tactically moving. Or you could just do a strategy where you just build up like 12 cannons and then just move them into your area of interest and they'll pretty much clear it of creeper. Which reminds me, should I keep these miners here? Yeah, I'm gonna move him up as an emergency front line. Just in case the creeper starts to make a comeback. Look at that though, that's pretty much a constant amount of anti-creeper totems, so. Oh, why'd you move? But still, this is impressive. Pile on up. Could you just stay there? That'd be really nice. There we go. You are officially notified. Just that constant explosion. Look at that! Look how many there are. Damn. I feel like I could probably just advance using just the anti-creeper at this point. There's so much. Except the fact that it just likes going back and forth. You know, this front line is pretty well held. I should probably beeline for this thing, while it's just being constantly bombarded with anti-creeper totems. There we go. Some turrets. Those things will hopefully move faster. Fast enough to get there before said creeper gets to destroying our plan. Oh, here comes the cavalry. Damn, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some pylons up, though. But seriously, this is OP. I wonder if it's possible to beat this using just these things. Like no weapons or anything? Probably not. No chance. It just dies. And look, all this. pretty much most of the places where anti-creeper can get is killed off every single bit of creeper in the area. This is probably the most powerful corner right now. This and this corner, but really the anti-creeper can't get there. But it looks like it might be heading that way. Yes, nullified. Pylon. 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 Pretty much this entire area has just been completely cleared out by the anti-creeper. I barely did anything. It's a little OP. And also, I think it is automatically defaulting to that thing. There's just too many totems. If I make that, that's a much faster transport route for all the ammunition and stuff. Oh yeah, it's starting to delete all the creeper over here too. Just make it slightly faster. Are they just blowing up because there's no creeper left? Yeah, there's no creeper left, which is why they're... Hold on, let me get cover? Oh, I should probably get the main objective next. So, there we go. Technology for anti-creeper not found. Requires study and conference with brothers to adapt systems. Patience while we meditate. Praise be the founders. You know you're very useless, right? You know that, right? But look, it is kind of satisfying watching the snake trail of Liftic. And there we go. Rift jump 29 minutes and 51 seconds. And then the next one, We Know Nothing. Story of my life. But that will be for our next Creeper World 4 stream. We're going to try and stick to one mission per stream so we can get as many streams out as possible if there are not that many missions. But then again, this game has infinite replayability with the constant access to user-created levels, which means that we're going to have a lot of opportunities for this game. I really hope you guys like this game because